along with Maren Walseth, and we're going to bring you the first half action here in Estero Beach, Florida, as Iowa controls the tip.
What an exciting game. We don't often see a rematch in the non-conference. You know, Iowa's out for a victory to revenge their previous loss, and K-State wants to continue on their winning ways.
Molly Davis with a drive and drop play. Suffered an injury on night one of this tournament.
Debbie, that is going to be an interesting matchup inside.
And with a triple. Caitlin Clark with the basketball, handling up top off the Goodman screen to the mid-range. Clark off the front iron.
K-State's going to have to decide how they want to handle that ball screen. Ayoka Lee does not typically come out to defend the ball screen, but when Caitlin Clark's involved, you have to.
Ooh, Molly Davis with a beautiful spin move. The kick outside. That shot is long, but it's tracked down by the senior, Kate Martin. Clark on top. Step back, three. Rattles in and out. K-State with a rebound.
Gabby Gregory for K-State. I think she's the X factor. She plays tough, can hit the outside shot, mixes it up on the boards, and an extra hustle on the other end.
Good footwork on the inside. Good fill behind the penetration. And here's Lee with a drop-off inside to Glenn. Rebound Goodman. The Hawkeyes are running. Clark dribbles it to Marshall. Wide open for a triple. Ooh, she doesn't get that many good looks. Like wide open for Caitlin Clark.
And Caitlin Clark's going to have to shoot a better percentage than she did in their first meeting to get a different result.
That's right, 2 for 16 from the three-point line. It's actually one of the worst offensive performances Caitlin has had at an Iowa uniform. Last time she shot it that poorly outside the arc was against Duke in 2021, where she went 1 for 13.
And you know she's a better scorer and a competitor. She's not going to let that happen again. But her teammates are
defense a couple of times for buckets for the Hawkeyes. Iowa with a 1-point lead. Inside to Lee, turnaround jump shot, in and out, rebound Hawkeyes. It's Molly Davis on the push. This is Kate Martin, the senior. Iowa made 23-point buckets last night against Florida Gulf Coast. Good D by the K-State. We're inside 7 on the shot clock. Clark rejects the screen and gets to the paint, and she's going to draw a foul.
Experience, not necessarily less talented, but the less experienced interior play of Iowa with Hannah Sulke not playing tonight.
Caitlin Clark with a first free throw. Caitlin, a 78% free throw shooter. This is Sunny Sundell, or Serena Sundell, excuse me. Passes inside. Good Lee with a bucket.
Debbie, I know you like scores, you like shooters, and I certainly like post play. We've got a lot to talk about tonight.
Gabby Marshall on the skip for 3.
Known for her three-point shooting ability, just hadn't been shooting it well until this tournament.
Serena Sundell in that matchup with Kate Martin. That's one to keep your eye on. Gabby Gregory trying to back down Marshall. Sharon Goodman with a block on Ayoka Lee. Caitlin Clark coming off the Goodman screen, gets at Ayoka Lee and goes right to the hole and attacks Ayoka Lee, who's going to be...
Wise of Iowa to involve Lee in the ball screen, knowing she's got that foul that she doesn't like to come out of the paint.
Another pass inside, this time a dig by Clark. I thought Iowa played really good defense last night to combine with their three-point shooting, and they're going to need a good defensive effort tonight against K-State. This is Clark with the skip. Iowa's so good at making one more. And K-State's tempo is an issue here. They want to make sure that they take advantage of opportunities like this, otherwise...
I'm impressed with the composure and the pace that Sundell plays with. She really is calm, a taller guard, able to see over the outstretched active hands of her defenders.
Look at Molly Davis turning the corner. Another...
Their whole life. We think it's an anomaly. They've been doing it forever.
Yeah, she's been one of the most improved players in a Hawkeye uniform this year. Ayoka Lee gets a pass inside and kicks. Again, good defense that time by Clark, moving her feet. This is Gregory trying to back down Kate Martin. Rebound by Martin, another good defensive stance. And there's the advanced pass to Davis, who gets fouled in transition. Jalen and Braylon, twins.
Just there too late.
A representative of the Big 12 is a perennial NCAA tournament team, and they start off this game, Marin shooting 3 for 10 from the floor, 1 for 3 outside the arc, as Molly Davis makes the first. One of the things they wanted to limit Caitlin Clark's ability to distribute and keep her off the free throw line. If she was going to go off outside the arc, they didn't want anybody else to do so.
Turning the corner, forcing the issue, and then being rewarded at the foul line.
Eliza Maupin plays about 7 minutes a game, and this would be her first trip to the free throw line this season.
That's an important Iowa lead balloon.
This is Offalter, who enters the game off the last timeout. Offalter with the drive. Good spin move into the body of Glenn.
Sydney Offalter, such a impact punch coming off the bench for Lisa Bluder and these Iowa Hawkeyes. Has range, has the build to take the physicality, certainly can play defense at a high level. What a luxury to have somebody like that coming off your bench.
I think she brings a tremendous amount of toughness. You got to have depth in the D1 level to be able to advance further into your conference play and tournament play. This is Ziana Walker trying to feed it inside. Good hands. Turnover. Caitlin Clark from way downtown. Count it, baby. That is deep. I'm going to have to get my tape measure out in the first quarter. Are you kidding me?
Debbie, she was closer to us than she was to the basket.
Well, that gets the Hawkeye fans on their feet. And look at Sundell, comes right down and gets a tough 2 in the paint.
Just so composed. Not rattled by the big shot. Wants the ball in her hands.
Inside to O'Grady. Good play.
Up and came in. We're going to see her come swat that into the first row.
Caitlin Clark from behind the screen.
An opportunity to cut into their 9-point deficit.
To your point, Mar, and Sundell, just such good command of the offense. Behind the Lee screen. Offalter with a rebound. Here comes Clark. Look how far you got to come out and cover. There's a reason why she shoots logo 3. She spaces the floor, and her vision is really underrated. O'Grady with the screen. Clark throws a drift pass into the baseline. Offalter looking inside for O'Grady. The skip, 4 on the shot clock. Feuerbach just short with the shot, and again, Sundell, here she comes. This is Walker. This is Sanchez, who's played well in this tournament.
She has.
Iowa with the switch. Inside to Lee, who turns over that right shoulder.
Create a better passing angle for that one-on-one on the block. Many players try to make it on a straight line more challenging.
Aoka Lee misses the first. She's an 83% free throw shooter. She gets to the line a lot. She is really tough in a one-on-one coverage. She misses both.
Uncharacteristic.
This is Walker on Clark. Molly Davis turning the corner again with the floater. She's having no trouble getting inside the K-State defense.
When Caitlin Clark, nice
Molly Davis takes a seat. Feuerbach with a steal, or excuse me, Offalter with a steal. Here comes Clark, crossover, step back for 3. It's good. Keep in mind, she only made 2 triples in the loss to K-State 10 days ago. She's got 2 triples in the first quarter.
She's a competitor.
Walker turned the corner, high off the glass, great take. 10-point Iowa lead. Goodman screen to the deep corner. Feuerbach with a three. 25-12, the Hawkeye lead, the largest lead so far in the game. And silence the crowd.
Her range as well.
Iowa will hold for the last opportunity. They're going to go 1-4 low. Oh, I thought Caitlin was going to pull that one from 35. 10 on the shot clock. Clark to the mid-range, drops it off inside to Goodman. Great vision by Caitlin Clark. And that will end the quarter. Iowa scores with 10 first quarter points on 2 triples and a couple of free throws. She already has 3 assists in the first quarter. Iowa, playing for the championship is really fun. Iowa State has won this event a couple of years ago. And Iowa comes off to start the second half in a zone, or start the second quarter in a zone. Sanchez with a drive, gets in the paint with a half hook. Sharon Goodman with a rebound. Clark with an advanced pass. Turnover. That would be the first turnover for Iowa in the game. And Walker with a nice reverse. Last night in the win over Florida Gulf Coast, got win number 500 in her career at Iowa, the head coach for Iowa. And Caitlin Clark with the left, gets in the paint and to lead all scorers.
Where's the help side there for K-State? I understand there's a shooter in the corner, but you must make it more difficult for Caitlin Clark.
Gabby Marshall with a dig. Sharon Goodman battling inside with Aoka Lee. And there's a steal by Clark. Oh, and she blows the layup.
She can't believe it. The fans here can't believe it.
Comes back up the court with a smile on her face. This is a 3 by Gabby Gregory. And that's going to be a foul.
Just rolls, a little strong, just rolls around.
She didn't miss many of those.
She does not.
She's still smiling about it.
It's like she knows we're talking about her.
Yeah, she knows we're talking about her.
Another high ball screen.
Sharon Goodman posting up big inside.
One-on-one coverage.
That looked like an isosceles triangle. Clark, take the step back for 3. Front rim, Sanchez with a rebound.
What a luxury for both of these squads to have interior players that can post, but they can also pass out to their guards or if they're double teamed.
Aoka Lee
baseline out of bounds here. Being aggressive at the rim, Gabby Gregory.
That's a weight room bucket by Gabby Gregory. That's her first basket of the game. Here comes Clark, off to Martin. Molly Davis turning the corner again. Bounces it back out. This is to Clark. Spin move on the right side. Good defense by Walker. Moves her feet and stays in between Clark and the basket.
I think Clark was expecting the contact, and Walker did a great job of creating space.
Gregory with a handoff. Walker, the transfer from Louisville. It's Gregory dumping it inside to Aoka Lee. High off the glass.
How are they going to match up with the smaller lineup while Lee is still involved?
That's 2 personal fouls on Sharon Goodman. Well, we might not see her the rest of the half, and Lee missed. Sanchez, 12 points. They've cut it down to 6. Martin on top to Marshall. Martin to Davis, who drives to the middle. You can't over-penetrate against Aoka Lee, but there she is standing in the lane to alter your shot. Here comes Sanchez. Lee reverses it to Gregory for three, and it's short. Here comes Iowa.
You made a good point there, Debbie. Lee can alter so many shots, and those don't get picked up in the stat sheet. Yes, block shots do, but how many shots does she alter in the paint?
Her presence is always felt. Oh, there's a good steal by Glenn, and here's an example of pace right here. Not trying to push. You got a little bit of a size advantage, and that's going to be way off by Sanchez. Maybe too quick. Half.
Keeping different people on her so she's not accustomed to the same length, the same speed.
Off Alter with a handoff. Here comes Gabby Marshall. Back to Molly Davis. Good kick to the corner. Davis for three. Gregory with a rebound. Sundell with a reverse to Gregory for three. She got it. Possession game here in the second. K-State cuts the lead to three. Iowa coming off the timeout. Let's see what their ATO looks like. This is Clark. Off Alter with a try, the drive, and it's blocked at the rim by Lee. Sundell up the floor. Good spacing by K-State in transition. Gregory drops it off to Lee. That's a bucket count work by K-State.
And Lee in transition, often we see her back to the basket.
Marshall from the
right now.
Clark to inbound. Good D by K-State. That was almost a 5-second count. This is Kate Martin. Good D inside by Gregory. Stands her right up. Caitlin Clark with a step back. It's good. 15 points to lead all scorers. There's a lob inside to Lee. Lee is wide open inside against the Iowa defense.
Not a problem if Iowa can continue to score.
Gabby Marshall. Can you take advantage of Lee on this end of the floor?
Offense looks a little stagnant here for Iowa.
7 on the shot clock. Did she get it off in time? I think.
Picking apart Lee in that ball screen.
Lee at the elbow. Wide open is Sanchez. That will go out of. It was definitely raining threes in here. Martin in the pinch. She's going to drive it on Gregory. The turnaround jumper is good.
She just fills in the gaps. When they need a bucket, when they need a stop, she'll play post defense. She's saddled with being up against Lee on the defensive end now.
Sundell has a size advantage over Molly Davis. The skip over the top of the Iowa defense. What a great find by.
A shorter point guard cannot see that skip pass.
I love the tempo that Jeff Mitty's team has put on the floor. It's allowed them to get back in this game. Now Gabby Gregory will take a chance on Caitlin Clark. Clark with a little ball fake through the legs. The spin in the paint, the skip. Off Alter for three. Rebound, K-State. They run the floor so well and so wide. Glenn for three. Clark with the board. 5 on 4. This is Martin with a nifty dribble through the lane to McKay. Does she still have the hot hand?
The space she needs on the inside and the pitch back or the walk-up threes.
Zone by Iowa. Martin battling Lee inside. You got to try to sit on top of that, and that's a great job by Kate Martin getting off the contact. Here comes Clark. Hoffalter in the corner. No offensive rebounds. Neither team gets a lot, really. I mean, that is just the... K-State has 1 and Iowa has 3. But neither team known for that. Well, Hoffalter's going to pick up a second. They've got some size on the perimeter. Here's Sundell. She sticks a triple. 5 threes.
Same out of bounds play, second option, same result.
Caitlin Clark with a drive in the middle, and she's stripped to the basketball. We're going to call it jump ball, according to stat broadcast. Here comes Clark off the out of bounds play.
Had to scout against her. She's close enough to make you think, long enough to be in your space.
Hoffalter with a drive, kick behind to Davis for 3, and that's good. Balance to the Iowa offense. And K-State Sundell will play for the last possession here. Just about a second differential between game and shot. Gregory to the middle. They throw that high-low pass. That's impossible to defend. And Iowa's going to get another chance. Here comes Caitlin. Crosses over in transition. And Iowa's not going to get a shot off.
And we are welcomed back with John Vitas.
I missed you, Marin. How are you?
I am great. I know you were sitting right here courtside. You didn't miss the action. You just missed my voice.
It was great to hear Debbie on the play-by-play, a Hall of Fame broadcaster, taking over the mic for the first half. And boy, what a first half it was. Caitlin Clark already shooting it much better than she did the first time around against the Wildcats. Here is Marshall from the corner, comes up short. Martin gets in there for the offensive rebound and somehow flings it back to Marshall. Clark using the Goodman screen. Bounce pass to Goodman. Lefty layup, no good.
Unlucky bounce. Goodman was out for a majority of that first half with foul trouble, and K-State was able to take advantage of Lee on the inside.
Probably the biggest factor as there is Sundell with the biggest reason that K-State won that game earlier this month. Caitlin Clark in that game, 9 for 32 from the field, 2 for 16 from 3. She's already made 3 threes in the first half of this game.
Molly Davis, who's got the basketball now, was the story of the first game as she continues.
The Central Michigan transfer. Averaged 20 a game for the Chippewas a couple years ago. Lee turns and missed it. Iowa by 1. Here's Clark. Step back 3. Side of the rim, no. Glenn has the board. Sundell on the right side.
We talked in the first half about the pace of play that K-State operates best at. Taking their time, finding their All-American. No dribble high off the glass.
These teams trading the lead right now as Lee found the ankle. And it's K-State by 1. Martin to the elbow, kicks to Marshall. Now Goodman. Ball is not moving as crisp as it was. Great angle by Davis to get that shot off. Goodman on the offensive glass.
Big in for Iowa, looks like.
Sundell lobs. Goodman
getting the tip.
Gregory lobs. There's Lee, a little bit further from the basket than usual. Gregory backs down her defender, kicks to Sundell. That one to the corner. Glenn for 3. Count it. Briley
Glenn, not known as a huge scorer. Her minutes fluctuate based on what the team needs. Made a big shot.
Clark around the screen. Steps back from the elbow. Book it.
The screen that involves Aoka Lee is beneficial to Iowa. Lee does not want to get outside the paint. Break.
And she got put. Sundell to the corner. Walker had some space. And now gets it back up top to Sundell. She has been making it happen. Sundell stops in the lane, fades, missed it short. Rebound to Davis. Crosses over. Clark, left side, contested 3. Oh boy! Caitlin Clark from way outside. And a timeout from Jeff Mitty as soon as he can. But watch this shot from Clark.
In transition on the left side, Molly Davis finds the All-American, all-everything for yet another three. This game, let's see what they've got dialed up. Naturally, it's going to be that last transition three by Caitlin Clark. It's hard to pinpoint.
Boy, her range is endless.
Calling for.
And an offensive. Walker on her. She had success against Clark in the meeting last week. Martin lobs. O'Grady catches. Count the two.
Take a look here. Addison O'Grady using that post move. Associate head coach Jensen does such a phenomenal job with the post play at Iowa. They're so efficient. Nobody needs to use the dribble. And without having to use...
Bailey Smith had a chance to catch up with Jeff Mitty coming out of the locker room.
Guys, I talked to Kansas State head coach Jeff Mitty coming out of the tunnel after half, and he said that he was really proud to see his team fighting back in that second quarter. They were getting a better...
6-point lead for Iowa. Walker in position. There's the kick to Marshall.
The elevator screen was well defended by Sanchez.
And lots of length against Marshall. Davis gives it up. Clark on an island. 5 to shoot. Bounce pass. Martin. And going to be called for a travel. That shot will not count.
Lee here to get a touch. Down 6.
Oh, the scoop shot by Walker. Using the left.
Feeling good on the offensive end.
Now,
naturally, players play a little harder on the defensive end.
Redshirt freshman, a rising star. Clark from the wing. Comes up short off the hands of Lee.
Best friends, they're around each other all the time. That chemistry is so important.
That's a fun one from Bailey Smith down on the sidelines. You can tell both these teams very well connected, and that's why they played at such a high level this early in the season. Martin, bounce pass. Clark doesn't need much space, gets inside the arc. Beautiful pass. O'Grady drops it in.
Bought O'Grady another second to position. We all follow the basketball, but watching Caitlin Clark after she delivers a dime is just as exciting as watching her hit
a 7-point lead. They led by double digits midway through the first half. Walker changing direction in on Clark, missed it. Terrific move, but couldn't score. Martin for 3. She got it!
Miscommunication or perhaps lack of communication on that screen by K-State.
Taryn Sides looking to match. That's no good. Gregory snatches the offensive rebound. Quickly, Iowa can put points on you. Short pass to Gregory. Sides dribbles, uses the screen. There's Lee. Gives it up. Gregory thinking about it. Got stuck. Pushed off the spot, but finds Sides.
Short shot clock here.
2 to shoot. Walker's got a heave. Got it off in time, but missed it. And the rebound to Iowa. Clark looking to push. Snaps one ahead. O'Grady receives. Digs. Clark open for 3. No. Sides slithers in there for the board. Oh, boy. Hawkeyes moving the ball in a hurry.
And K-State dodged a bullet in that one. Still only a 10-point game as Lee finds herself one-on-one in the paint.
Every time Iowa has seemed like they're on the verge of blowing it open, K-State responds with a quick bucket. Clark on the dribble, snaps one to the corner. A falter gives it up, and they'll reset. Clark sizing up Sanchez. Into the corner. The 3 is good. Another one.
All it takes is the help defender to be 2 feet out of position, and she's able to drop a dime.
Listen to this crowd. It's a turnover. Backcourt.
And a big 2 minutes here for Kansas State.
Screen from O'Grady. They couldn't get it back to her. Back to Clark now.
Nice defense there by K-State on the initial action.
They leave Clark on an island again with Walker. Gets it back. Clark in the lane, ripped away by Walker.
Walker stayed in the play. Picked up the basketball.
Snaps one to Glenn. She'll tee it up. Missed it short. Rebound secured by a Falter. Here comes Clark. Other way to Marshall, leads her to the corner. Walker staying with Clark. A Falter, hands to Davis, or did she? That could have been a double dribble. Marshall uses the screen, pulls up for two, no. Sanchez the rebound.
Sundell's in here to manage the pace and flow.
Which she has done quite well. 9 points, 4 assists, 4 rebounds for Sundell. Walker has to kick. Lob inside, Lee turns, banks it up, and in! Ioka Lee! Anyone that K-State plays. And she is up to 17 points. Iowa by 8, final minute of the third quarter. Clark fades for three, bucket!
Great decision. Use that ball screen. K-State has not made an adjustment.
Lee right back at him, doesn't get the roll. O'Grady's got it, and Clark will control. 23 for Clark.
If I'm Iowa, I'm doing the same thing. High ball screen, involve Lee until K-State makes a change.
You don't get many chances to hoist trophies before New Year's. Iowa playing like they really want it. And also trying to get that revenge from their loss earlier in the month. Clark gives it up. Wide open look, no good. Martin had the look. Here comes Sundell, 2 seconds. Sundell on Marshall. Turns, lobs it up there, and got the roll. That ball stops. Single digits. It feels like K-State still's got a sliver of a hope here.
Emotionally, that's a big deal for these K-State Wildcats to look at the scoreboard. They can get a stop and a score.
Clark, though, is doing her thing. 23 points and 6 assists. And a foul underneath, away from the ball. There's Clark curling around. Bounce pass to Marshall. Open for three, in and out. Offensive rebound, Martin. Davis with it. Crosses over on Sundell. Beautiful pass. Lefty layup. Goodman is there.
Great finish.
Terrific offense from the Hawkeyes. Glenn shovels to Sundell. Glenn to the baseline. Sanchez puts it on the deck. Turns, deals, caught by Walker, deflected, knocked around. Here comes Clark. Off the turnover, pushing in transition. Brings the defense into the corner. Marshall to Martin. Gets around Sundell and draws the foul. It'll be on the floor against K-State.
Close out. Great job reading the poor closeout and attacking the basket.
Clark looking for a teammate. Bounce pass with Goodman. Gives it back to her. Into a double coverage. Pulled away by Sundell. So the Wildcats bring it up. Sundell on the right wing gives it to Glenn. They're trying to get it to Lee. Sundell will take it instead, and she buries it. Clark with it. Defended by Walker. Gets downhill. Clark all the way in. Banks it up. No good. Gets her own miss, though. And a reset for the Hawkeyes. Martin for three. Short. Sanchez the rebound. Sundell has it. Let's check in with Bailey, who was in the huddle with the K-State Wildcats.
During the quarter break, right before the fourth quarter, in the Kansas State huddle, they're talking about their main focuses going into this final 10 minutes. The obvious things like focusing on not fouling, but then also things like defending the ball screen and seeing how they can really cool off Caitlin Clark in this next quarter. But also they wanted to play at their own pace, which is what they did.
That you have to play close to perfect basketball the rest of the way as Clark converts on the first.
Their experience and their age allows them to be very mature. And talking with their staff, they weren't going through a lot of drills and having to teach a lot because of the experience and just how smart his team was. They've done a lot of playing in the practices in the non-conference, trying to find the right group together.
Clark stretches it to 10. Walker had it stripped for a moment by Clark as Sundell has to leap for it. Snaps one the other way. Walker thought about it. Glenn gets it instead. Sanchez lobs for Lee. Lee draws the foul and will go to the free throw line herself.
First meeting that K-State won. We're taking a look at the replay here of Ayoka Lee drawing the foul, getting herself to the foul line. John, in the first meeting, Lee had 22 and 12. Right now she's got 17 and 6. Uncharacteristic miss.
You know what Coach Bluter's so upset about here? The fans were upset before they even called that foul. So maybe just
interfering between Coach Bluter and the referees.
And these fans here in Southwest Florida trying to get behind their Hawkeyes. Clark got stuck with it. Under 7 minutes to play. Iowa by 10. Davis backs up. Finds O'Grady. Now Clark. Walker all over her. Clark turns the corner. Gets it inside. O'Grady missed the layup.
That's impossible to defend. The open side ball screen. No help. O'Grady's got to finish that.
And she's had that opportunity a few times and converted, but not that time. Walker ahead of steam. And a foul before that layup. There not been a whistle.
And only the second here of the quarter.
And her first. There's Lee. Oh boy, they're making it tough for her to catch the ball. Back out to Sundell. Down the baseline. Sundell leans in and scores.
Grady chose to jam the roll, as obviously Lee is extremely potent coming off a ball screen.
And Marshall barely kept that in the front court. Clark splits the D. Trying to go around Lee, but missed it. Great move, but a little too strong. Sundell pushing tempo a little bit. Snaps one to Glenn. And now back to Sanchez. Hawkeyes get back. Walker at the top of the key.
Lee needs a touch.
And a 3-second call against Ayoka Lee.
Found herself in perfect position. Wildcats, get your All-American the basketball.
She has delivered when given the opportunity. Clark spots up. No. That was a really good look.
Almost too open.
It's almost like she needs someone leaning all over her. Sundell to Lee. There it is. Gives it back to Walker. Walker all the way through. Easy two.
Grady is choosing to jam the screen. Not a bad move on her part, but where does the help on the ball handler come from?
A good job by Walker to read the situation with Lee drawing a ton of attention. Clark from long range. No. Lost last week, so she's shooting it better, but has got a little bit cold here in the fourth. Final 5 minutes. There's the lob. Lee jumped and missed it off the backboard. I don't know if she needed to necessarily do that.
I don't think she needed to almost alley-oop a post move, but that demonstrates her athleticism for sure.
And concerned about Iowa crashing and trying to score quickly. Davis looking around. Clark comes to the ball. And now circles out of the corner. Around the back dribble. Clark gives it up. O'Grady, the baseline J, no good. Rebound to Walker. Both teams have gone quiet. Sundell down the lane. Lost it. And it is Iowa ball. Walker for the Wildcats has now scored double digits in both matchups against Iowa. She's been an X factor for her team.
She's a tough cover with her athleticism, her length. She can shoot the three. She can get at the rim. Comes up with the steals in the right place at the right time. The ball handling, she's able to push the pace.
And they're going to call her for a travel. I thought that was only the 6th turnover for Iowa. They have taken really good care of the basketball. There's a lob inside. Goodman catches, but missed the layup. Sundell is there to clean things up. Ahead it goes. Glenn to Gregory, and now they'll reset. Final 3.5 minutes here at the Gulf Coast Showcase. Sundell all the way through, sidesteps the defense, missed the layup, and kicks. Gregory spots up, Bang! 2-point
Has to
game.
have a different role, embracing it well, coming up big.
8.7 assists for Gabby Gregory. Here's Clark all the way through, over the defense, no good. Sanchez the rebound, and K-State can tie or take the lead. It's an 8-0 run in only 4 minutes for the Wildcats. Sundell kicks. Sanchez can shoot it. She drives past Goodman, lays it in, plus the foul. K-State can take the lead with a free throw.
Look at this drive by Sanchez. Beats Goodman off the dribble. That's
And these bigs for K-State. Lee is out of the game at the moment. Sanchez's free throw is pure. .236 to go. His crowd a little bit shell-shocked. Martin on the dribble around Sanchez, banks it in. Iowa back in front. What more could you ask for?
Sundell holding the composure, using the horn set, flare screen.
Sanchez.
Flare screen.
No good. Nice little set there, but nothing doing. And Iowa can extend it now up by 1. Clark will take control. One-on-one with Sanchez. Oh, she thought about it, then lost the dribble, but keeps her dribble now. Under 2 minutes to play. Clark has to kick. Davis drawing attention. Clark with some space. Tees one up. Oh, yeah! Caitlin Clark extends it to a 4-point lead. Well-timed bucket for the best player in the nation. Walker has to give it up. K-State needs some points and a foul. Are you looking to maybe get Lee back? They lob to Lee, but all the way out in the corner. Resets to Gregory, and they'll set up. Not a lot of time left with all of a sudden K-State down by 4 again. Sundell around Lee. Kicks to Sanchez. They get it to Lee. Double team comes. 3 to shoot. Sundell into the lane. Lefty layup. She's got it just before the buzzer.
Talk about composure by Serena Sundell.
A 2-point game with 1 minute to go. Clark and the Hawkeyes looking for the knockout punch, and Coach Bluter will use a timeout. Martin has the inbound. Clark comes to the ball with 16 on the shot clock. One more bucket here should give Iowa a good chance. Clark tees it up again. Clark, the haymaker.
Fantastic shot by Caitlin Clark.
Lob inside for Lee. Sundell down the baseline. Here's Lee. Tried to drop it. It's deflected. Davis has it. Clark comes to it, and now K-State has to foul. Clark gets fouled, and she will go to the line. 31 for the Naismith Player of the Year.
That high ball screen. Lee's not coming out of the paint. Great call by Lisa Bluter.
Not her most efficient performance, but when it mattered most, Caitlin Clark delivered.
K-State needs to foul immediately.
And there is the timeout from Davis. Iowa still has one more. K-State's got 3. Next foul will put Iowa in the bonus. As there's Clark, burning a few seconds, and there is the foul. They took a little bit of time to see if she was going to pass. First one misses short.
I expect Caitlin Clark to make this foul shot and for K-State to call an immediate timeout to advance the basketball.
She missed again. There's the timeout. That will advance the basketball. As goes to Gregory first. They're trying to run a screen for Gregory. Now it's Lee at the top of the arc. Precious time ticking away. Gregory, a long one, missed it short. Davis got her hand on the rebound. And Davis, the smallest player on the floor, has the board. So I guess the timeout came before the foul because now they bounce it into Clark, who plays keep away for a few seconds and then draws the foul. Hawkeyes had to take out an extra page in the game notes just to list her accolades. First one is perfect.
K-State does have 2 timeouts remaining.
Missed it short. Rebound to Gregory, and there's the timeout. That'll advance the ball. Gregory comes to the ball again. They lob for Sundell this time. Back to Sanchez. She puts up the 3. Missed it long, and there's the foul. And a chance to get to double figures right here. They need the points. First one, no good. Kansas State now just 4 for 10 from the free throw line. Missed it again. Sanchez over the back on the rebound, and that should do it. Cap to the staff here at Hertz Arena. 24 games over the last 7 days, and it all culminates with this one. Lots of people involved to make this happen. It's been a pleasure working with you these last few days.
Kate Martin at the foul line, 11 points, 10 rebounds, another solid double-double.
Sundell gives it up. Gregory, 3 seconds, splits the defense or passes. Sundell at the buzzer, won't get it. And it's a 7-point win for the Iowa Hawkeyes, who avenge their loss against Kansas State and win the 2023 Gulf Coast Showcase.
All right, I'm here with Kate Martin. So this crazy game came down to the wire. What was it that got that final push to make you guys win?
Yeah, I think we got some defensive stops, and then we knocked down some shots late in the fourth quarter. But really, it was just a team effort throughout the whole game. We never gave up. We played really hard, and that's what got us the win tonight.
The game that you played against Kansas State a couple of weeks ago, do you think that gave you any more fuel going into this one?
Definitely. You never want to lose to the same team twice, and so, we watched the film on that. We learned from it. Coach Bluter had us prepared for this game, and so we're really happy that we came out with the win tonight.
3 wins in 3 days. I'm sure you guys are exhausted, but how much does that mean for your program?
Oh, it means everything, and, this gets us ready for the end of the season. Big Ten tournament, it's the same thing, so, being able to practice this kind of preparation at the beginning of the season will really help us at the end of the year.
You got a lot of fans here. What would you want to say to them?
Oh, thanks for showing up and showing out. It's pretty cool wherever we go. We have a lot of fans, so we kind of turn it into Carver South, so that's pretty cool to see. So thanks to all the fans who showed up.
Thank you so much. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Bailey. Great work all week long by our sideline reporters, Max Tanzer, Amber Bepko, and Bailey Smith, as you see the victorious Hawkeyes. Marin, this is one of the things they play for. Obviously, the more important accomplishments come in March and April, but this is about as sweet as it gets for November.
And Kate Martin was absolutely right. This is a preparation. 3 games in 3 days. That's what the Big Ten tournament looks like. That's what the NCAA tournament looks like, quick turnarounds.
Yes, and obviously the Big Ten tournament, a place where they've had a lot of success. They'll look to do that again, and of course expect to be seated very, very high. That loss against the Wildcats dropped them to number 5 in the country, but when this team is playing at full cylinder, they're a lot better than number 5 in the country.
They've played fantastic these last 2 days without Hannah Stolke. Their reserve post players held it down. Hopefully she'll be able to make a comeback here soon. But talk about a team win, just like Kate Martin said, one person down, the next person stood up.
Debbie Antonelli will be handling the post-game interviews here. We'll try and get her a microphone to carry those.
I believe Coach Bluter referenced this place as Carver South, and we want to thank each one of you for being here. This is our 11th year here in Southwest Florida. I think if you ask the coaches and players, they would all tell you that the resort is absolutely outstanding. We love being here, and we're grateful to all of our sponsors and supporters for helping us make this a first-class experience for all the athletes and the coaches. So thank you very much for that. All right, I'm going to announce the all-tournament team. Drum roll, please. No. From Florida Gulf Coast, Dolly Cairns. Way to go, Dolly. Had a great tournament. All right, from Kansas State, Aoka Lee. From Kansas State, Serena Sundell. From the University of Iowa, Molly Davis. And our most outstanding player, you can call her the MVP. I think you all can guess who this might be. Our winner happens to wear number 22 at the University of Iowa, Caitlin Clark. All right, Caitlin. Caitlin. Caitlin.
I didn't know you could interview me.
Well, if you're going to be smart, I'm not going to ask you about missing all those free throws at the end of the game.
I got nothing to say.
Kate, I got you with 29 the first night, 21 the second night, 32? 32? Yeah, 32, okay. It's not bad.
If I made a free throw, it'd help. Free throws help, but no. Thank you to all of you guys for coming and supporting us. Means the world to us. Yeah. Debbie for putting on, a first-class tournament. But no, this is what makes women's basketball so amazing is all of you, so we thank you, seriously. Whenever we go on the road, our crowds are incredible. It's cool to see all the Hawkeye gear. We never take it for granted, so seriously, thank you to every single person that came out and supported us. Yeah. This is what makes women's basketball awesome. This is the energy we feed off of. I don't know if we win tonight if it isn't for you guys, so thank you for coming and supporting. I know a lot of you drove quite a bit to be here with us over the holidays, so thank you. You made it special, and keep supporting us. It'll be a fun year.
Thank you, Kate. Let me ask you just one question about the game, for real. You had a double-digit lead. K-State kept chipping away. They got to a point where the game was really tight at the end. What gives you guys the resolve to be able to play together and pull away at the end?
Yeah, it felt kind of similar to how we played them a week ago, as they made a little run at the end, but I thought this time we were a little calmer at the end of the game. We made some big shots, and they're a really good team. They're a top 25 team. They're going to be really tremendous in the Big 12. Their size gave us some struggle on the inside, but I think we just responded whenever we could, and I think that just speaks to the maturity of this group. We know we weren't going to put up 100 points tonight. They just play that good of defense, but however you have to win, you just find a way, and that's what Coach Bluder always says, just find a way. And it doesn't really matter as long as there's W at the end of the day.
Speaking of Coach Bluder, she got her 500th win at Iowa. Lisa, I know you love this group, and every time they get a chance, they share the love right back with you. What gives you guys the incredible fire to be able to make this so exceptional for your fans, make it entertaining for everyone, and get your group to stay together and connected?
Well, first of all, our fans are incredible, as you can see. I mean, there is nobody like a Hawkeye fan. They're unbelievable. So we made this into Carver South, huh? But, everybody knows we've got a superstar on our team. We're thankful for that, but everybody has a role on this team, and everybody's important. And I think we've bought into that. There's not jealousies. We know how hard Caitlin works. And everybody understands that when her light shines, it shines on all of us. And we're thankful for that. And she just shoots till her arm falls off, right, Debbie?
Yes, shoot till your arm falls off, Caitlin. Lisa, playing in events like this, obviously it's 3 games, 3 days. It's a grind. The level of competition is stiff. It was tough. It wasn't an easy go. When you look at how this event, how you played it and how it can help you move forward for the rest of your season.
Yeah, when you play 3 games in 3 days, it is very taxing on your body, physically, mentally. But it prepares us for the Big Ten tournament when we'll have to play 3 games in 3 days. So this is great preparation. You know, the shooting percentages for both teams were off a little tonight. That's to be expected in the 3rd game in 3 days. But, you know, it just gets us ready for the Big Ten tournament. And we love coming here and having the opportunity to come here to all of our Southern Hawkeye fans.
Well, we love having you in Southwest Florida. Thank you to you and your program for coming. Congratulations on winning the 2023 Gulf Coast Showcase. Thank you to all the sponsors again. Thank you, fans. What a marvelous champion. Congratulations to K-State. Good luck to them moving forward. And now we would like to present the championship trophy to the University of Iowa. Please accept the trophy.
Oh, how fun was that to be a part of the celebration here on Flow Hoops. Big thanks to Debbie Antonelli for all she does with this great tournament, helping us out here on the broadcast as well. But Marin, what a 3 days of basketball, and I don't think there could have been a better finish than what we saw here tonight. A superstar in Caitlin Clark playing like it here down the stretch.
Really 12 fantastic games. Everybody learned something. Some kids scored more than others. Some people broke out of their shell, but great 3 days for these Iowa Hawkeyes. Caitlin Clark and her squad. Lisa Bluder getting to 501 victories at Iowa. So much to be thankful for, as she said. And just the way that these ladies play. Great representation for women's basketball on a national stage.
And Iowa is back on track after that small blip on the radar against K-State a couple of weeks ago. I know we want to thank Brooks Downing, Glenn Pfister, Debbie Antonelli, and our entire Flow Hoops broadcast team that brought you these images over 7 days, 24 games here on Flow Hoops. Marin, I know you'll be off to call your games up in the Northeast. I'll be bouncing around teams down here in Florida. It was great working with you. Hope to see you again next year.
Likewise, John. Thank you so much for the opportunity. We all get better. We all grow.